Hello, I'm Andy Valdez, Chief Marketing Officer for the Entrepreneur Broadcasting Company. You're listening to the Entrepreneur Channel, the Business Intelligence Network. Today we're with John Spotted Horse. He's a Native American from Fort Worth, Dallas area that we got to meet on the Native American concert rally recently with Margie Small. I'm thinking of Nobby Brown, her company, Nobby Brown Productions. But thank you, John, for being on this interview, with Skype interview today.
Thank you.
I want to take this time. It's very rare that we get to catch you in full regalia, but tell us a bit about your background and what you got going on here.
What I do is I go out and go into schools and teach the children the Native American way. During the month of November is Native Heritage Month, and they like me to show up in full regalia, and they really get a kick out of that. I tell them stories and just teach them the Native American way. With that being said, I also do parades, all kinds of events, and just pretty much wherever they need me, I'm there.
Yeah, and I've seen some of your accoutrements. You have a whole weapons display. You've got a TP display, and you work really well with families and having opportunities for them to take pictures with you. And of course, you have a team member, your lovely wife Michelle. Y'all put this together. How long have y'all been doing this?
Been going on 2 years now.
Okay. Now, what got you interested in doing this? I mean, it definitely is a passion of yours.
Well, I started researching my background and my heritage, and come to find out I have a lot of Native American blood in me, and Cheyenne and Cherokee, with my great-grandfather being full-blood Cherokee and my great-grandma. The event came up with the horses to save the wild horses. And I jumped all over that because I don't like the way they're doing the whole killing of the wild horses. And that's when I hooked up with Margie and went to the event, and that's where I met you.
Yes, sir. And we enjoyed you participating in that. Definitely added to the whole experience. I know we had a lot of celebrities that showed up and performers and a lot of the community that came out to experience that, the drum playing, the dancing and so forth. So as you are set up to welcome the public and answer the questions from the public, what surprises you when it comes to their reactions and ultimately how you help break the ice? Because definitely look very interesting and can look a little ominous, if you will, but it's definitely in the spirit of what your research has discovered about your people.
Yeah, really to break the ice, there's really not an icebreaker. People come running up to me. They want a photo with me. The way I do it, I go out and set up the TP and let people come in and take photos with me. That's kind of a once in a lifetime thing. That don't just happen every day. And so we try to take them back as old as possible, and let them get photos with me and with the TP and with the weapons that I make.
Excellent. Let's talk about some of the weapons. You recently had a donation. Someone gave you a rifle of some sort.
Yeah, I had a phone call because I did an interview in a newspaper, and had a phone call with a guy that wanted me to come to his house, and he had something for me. So I go to his house, and he pulls out a 1865 J. Henry black powder rifle and hands it to me. And it blew me away. And of course, me being Native, always believe in if you get something, you give something. And I have some knives that I have made, so I gave him a knife for that black powdered rifle.
That's incredible. It always surprises me too that people are that generous. They believe in. And if someone like you that's committed to sharing, your story, they're just going to equip you with what you need to really further that story. Regarding the weapons, I've had an opportunity to look at some of them, and you gave me a little brief understanding of some of the weapons that there aren't around. There's no definitive example to follow, but you made a lot of these with a lot of research and also what excuse me, guided by what you thought someone would make in that, given the resources that were available. So can you talk about some of the weapons you've made?
Well, I made a tomahawk, and the head of it was actually found in New Braunfels in the river. It is a tomahawk head, or that's what I used it for. And I've also made a spear out of bodark wood with also a spearhead that was found in the river. And then, of course, I wrap all my stuff with sinew to hold it together, as they did back in the 18s and 1900s.
Excellent. And what are some? What about your costuming and regalia? What are some of the the principles you've been able to put together to kind of represent not just your culture but other Native American cultures as well? Don't you have some other styles, if you will, or artifacts that you wear that kind
I
of?
do. Yeah, I have of course, I always wear my breastplate. I call it my beast plate because I feel like a beast when I wear it. But I have my choker. I do have a roach with some feathers coming out of it. I do have a coyote pelt with some feathers coming out of it. And so there's several different looks that I put out there. You won't see me in the same look just about at every event. I'll be looking different. And most of all the regalia I've made myself.
That's wonderful. So, how do you determine the face paint, those types of things? What's the? I mean, what's the actual? I'll call it face paint, but that's maybe not what it's called.
Yeah, it's considered war paint. A lot of people call it. I mean, they'll come up and say makeup or face paint, but I consider it war paint. I put it on because that's just the way they did it back in the 1800s, 1900s to scare the white man.
So, when it comes to the warrior spirit, I mean, what is the ethos? What what inspires you to embrace your culture, and what does it mean to be a warrior?
To me, it means to spread the word. The more you can get out there and like saving the wild mustangs, that's part of being a warrior. Respecting women, to me, that's part of being a warrior. Um, Respecting Mother Earth, the Creator, Hune Klanahi. Um, just to me, that's part of being a warrior.
And of course, I don't know if I'm Native American or not, but I have been to a couple of events through Margie. She's done a lot of educating with me as well. But as I've observed the dancing and in I mean the women that are elevated status, if you will, when they come on stage and they're dancing, just the regality of it, the pomp and circumstance, I call it the enchantment. Just the music, the drum. It's really a totally beautiful array, if you will, of each tribe is different. They have their own performances and their own ways, if you will. How do you fit in with all of the different tribes as you get together? Is it a brotherhood, if you will, or is it family? How would you describe it?
Well, powwow is all about bringing all the tribes together. I fit in pretty good. I don't have any issues with anybody whatsoever. I do love going to powwows and watching the dancing and even participating sometimes. Our drum is the heartbeat of our people,
Right.
and I love the whole culture.
Well, excellent. What do you have anything coming up this year that you can talk about? What's going on in your world?
Um, I'll have school that I'll be teaching again in November. Hopefully we'll be doing another rally here soon to save the wild mustangs, and hopefully that'll happen pretty quick. And then we have just some regular powwows and parades that we'll be involved in.
Excellent. So if someone wants to get a hold of you to maybe book you for an appearance, you're open to travel in the United States, I take it?
Yes,
And so how would they get in touch with you?
they can email me at spottedhorse124@yahoo.com, or they can direct call me. My number is area code 972-345-6700. 6869.
Is there anything that you can say to the audience in your native tongue before we leave?
Wado. Wado. It's just translates. Thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being available for this interview. It's, you know, a 10-minute little interview here, but we definitely wanted to get you on camera and chatting about what you do. Very proud of the investment you've made and your lovely wife's commitment to being a part of this as well. It takes a team, it takes a family, of course. And thank you, Margie Small, for introducing us and getting us together. And appreciate the interview.
Thank you, Brother Andy.
Again, my name is Andy Valadez. I'm Chief Marketing Officer for the Entrepreneur Broadcasting Company. You've been listening to the Entrepreneur Channel, the Business Intelligence Network.